Well, earlier we saw the darkness, now for something light. Tonight the National Gallery is being lit up. The first Christmas it's looked out over a pedestrianised area at the top of Trafalgar Square. Phil Bales is there right now. Phil, over to you.
Well, as you can see, the National Portrait Gallery has become a huge portrait in itself. There it is. This is the latest in a series of images to be projected onto London landmarks. Now, the users of the Orange phone service were asked to vote on which one they liked best. This one symbolises hope. They voted for this one, and the proceeds from the calls that they're making are to go to a children's charity, UNICEF, which is very close to the heart of veteran war reporter Martin Bell.
I think people realise what a very, secure and relatively prosperous life we have here, and we're more and more aware of the plight of children all around the world, Southern Africa, Iraq, you name it, it's dreadful. And I think people are more willing to think of others at Christmas time, yes.
Well, these images have certainly brightened up some buildings in London, and this series is going to culminate with Buckingham Palace being lit up. Tonight here in the square, we've got the tree, we have got the carol singers, we've got the mince pies, we've got the candles behind us. This is very much the start of Christmas. Back to you.
Phil, thanks very much indeed. Well, meanwhile, the Queen is doing her bit to make the festive season a bit brighter in the capital. She's allowing Buckingham Palace to be lit up with a giant Union Jack and Christmas wrapping paper. It's part of the Brightening Up London project launched by Bob Geldof. The palace will be illuminated from 5 p.m. tomorrow.
And the Queen is doing her bit to make the festive season a bit brighter in the capital. She's allowing Buckingham Palace to be lit up with a giant Union Jack and Christmas wrapping paper. It's part of the Brightening Up London project launched by Bob Geldof. The palace will be illuminated from 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Staying with the Royals now, as we've been showing you here on GMTV, people across the country have been draping their houses with festive lights to celebrate Christmas. Well, now the Queen has decided to join in. From tonight, a huge Union Jack speckled with snow will be projected onto Buckingham Palace, but there are no plans to add dancing elves or jolly snowmen.
The same picture appearing on the Daily Telegraph and the Times of a brightly decorated Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is lit up with Christmas spirit, is the way the Daily Telegraph describes it. Their lead story: A-level reform, AS levels fails to widen learning. Apparently, just as many children are still specialising at the A-level stage as they always were.
The Guardian has the picture of the palace, but with slightly different colours on it, and that their main picture story of the morning. Apparently, though, they did ban this picture of Mother Mary with a CND sign over her head, but also their main story of the morning: benefits squeeze on lone parents.
Buckingham Palace has had a Christmas makeover. This is what the palace will look like at night for the next week. It's part of a special programme to brighten up parts of London by projecting different images onto famous landmarks.
And that's just about it. We'll leave you with live images of Buckingham Palace, which has been illuminated to appear gift-wrapped in a giant Union flag. I'll be back at 11:15. Until then, bye-bye.
Buckingham Palace has had a Christmas makeover. This is what the palace will look like at night for the next week. It's part of a special programme to brighten up parts of London by projecting different images onto famous landmarks.
Brighter news for Her Majesty on the home front. Buckingham Palace is one of 9 landmarks being lit up with seasonal images as part of the Brightening Up London project. The palace will have 2 displays on it, this giant Union flag and some wrapping paper.
Now to some Christmas lights with a difference on London's most famous home. Buckingham Palace was a blaze of colour tonight. As part of the Brighten Up London campaign, projectors transformed the palace in a variety of designs.